Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a really lovely day today. I'm sorry if my voice sounds kind of weird. I am sick right now. So, yeah, I probably sound a little bit stuffy or congested. So I apologize for that since obviously my channel is like 80% my voice. So I'm afraid there's nothing that can be done. But I figured since it's spring break for me, I probably should film a video while I have the time. So here I am, filming while sick. Things could be worse, things could be better. Let's just jump right into the video. This is the most blatant fear-mongering I've seen in a while. Also, referring to the scary creatures in first person is so weird and off-putting. And this is from Rodan and Fields. I don't think I've covered them in a while, so this should be interesting. So above the text you see now, it says, "This is why you need to wash your face." Unfortunately, it got cut off when I took my screenshot, but anyways. I've had many women admit to me that they don't remove their makeup, replace their mascara regularly, or wash their face daily. My reaction is always like, screaming emoji, and here's why, ... Hello, my name is Demodex folliculorum. And I live in the pores in the skin of your face. That's why it's important to wash your face and remove makeup. The only way you can see me is with a microscope. I measure between 0.3 and 0.4 millimeters, and like spiders, I have 8 legs. I like living in hair follicles that you have in your nose, cheeks, and eyelashes. These are places where there's more fat to feed me. Okay. I feed on your secretions and your dead skin. I can put up to 25 eggs in every hair follicle. What the fuck? My digestive system is not able to eliminate my waste, so I accumulate, I think is what they were trying to say. I accumulate them in my body until I explode and die. My remains cause hypersensitivity reactions. Can I just interject here and say, damn, what a way to go. According to some studies, in some people, I can cause infections on eyelids and rosacea. I am a mite that is present in almost every adult on this planet. Are you going to remove your makeup tonight? Are you going to invest in a good skincare regimen? Or are you going to be grossed out and ignore it and allow these little guys to reproduce on your face? Maybe it's time we chat to find you the perfect skincare regimen. P.S. If your mascara is over 3 months old, you might want to throw it out and get a new one too. Often people brag to me that they don't wear mascara so much that theirs lasts a year. Nope. Bacteria begins to grow in your tube after the first time you use it. 90 days is the max you should go with any makeup or skincare regimen. Wink. Now, I get the point that she's trying to make. Like, you need to have a good skincare routine. You need to take care of your skin. And also, it is true that you're not supposed to use mascara for more than 3 months because bacteria does grow inside mascara, and if you don't switch it out, then you can get an eye infection, I think, or like a sty or something, because I know that has happened to me before for that exact same reason, which is why you don't keep the same mascara for a year because let me tell you, it really sucks. Or alternatively, using other people's mascara, because I have also gotten a sty from that. I really messed up my eyes during my teenage years with mascara. But anyways, all of that stuff is true and right and important and all of that good stuff. But if I'm going to get like a consultation for the right kind of skincare, I'm gonna be going to a dermatologist, or like a licensed esthetician. For example, when I was 15, I went to my very first like esthetician. I guess it was kind of a consultation because I wanted to know what the hell was going on with my skin. It turned out I just had really dry skin. I had no idea. So I was buying all the wrong products for my skin. And so she was able to like sort of guide me in the right direction, and now my skin is doing so much better. because I got the right, skin regimen, and I wash my face and moisturize and, do all the stuff every day. So that stuff is important, but getting it from an MLM is not the right way to go, in my opinion, because these people aren't professionals. They're not going to know, the ins and outs of your skin by just looking at it, And I'm not saying that they're not educated on products and stuff, because they very well might be, but they're not, licensed professionals, and that's what some people need when it comes to skincare advice. Found a Monstadt mini fridge at the thrift store. Apparently they were valued at $100, but here it's only $13. I feel like the $13 price tag is a correct assessment, because I'm going to be honest, this mini fridge, and I'm no expert on mini fridges, by the way, this mini fridge looks a bit cheap, if I'm going to be honest, although I wouldn't expect anything better from Monstadt. Also, just as a total side note, the UPS man just pulled into my driveway, and he is very loudly playing some chill-ass country music. I don't know who it is because I don't listen to country, but I kind of appreciate it. Amway finally pulling out of Russia. A lot of companies made this announcement before we did, but Amway's business is just a little bit different. We have hundreds of thousands of Amway business owners, our distributors in Russia, and their incomes and livelihoods depend on Amway. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that this is a particularly good thing or a particularly bad thing. It's just kind of a thing. I mean, I feel bad for the hardcore Amway distributors in Russia because they're going to just not be doing Amway anymore. But at the same time, that means less money goes to Amway. But I'm also not going to use this as a way to, congratulate Amway because, I mean, they're still going to be scamming people, just not in one particular region of the earth. So, this is a very strong meh moment for me, honestly.
Oh, hooray! In a lifetime of evil, at least he didn't add animal cruelty to the list.
Dead Sea bullshit almost fucked up my mom's hand. Edit. Secret is the MLM's name. I've posted on this subreddit before, but found it again and wanted to tell a weird story. I don't remember the name of the MLM, but it's about Dead Sea overpriced beauty products. Like the OP said before, the name is Secret. I'm from Brazil, so sorry in advance for any weird grammar. My mom has a really, really bad autoimmune skin disease. It made all her hair fall off and made the skin on some parts of her body, mainly her hands, really fragile to the point where it cracks. She can't use any makeup or beauty products because of how it reacts with her skin, except some really expensive special ones. It gets more or less intense because of her hormones and stress, and that day it was particularly nasty. Her hands were bleeding lightly and some deep flesh wounds, really painful. Well, we were at a mall and there was this Dead Sea beauty products kiosk. The vendor there pulled my mom by her wrist and offered to test some salt-based cream, an exfoliating one, I think. Aware of her condition, my mom complained, but despite her protests, the hun applied it anyway. Ugh, literally salt on a wound. That's awful. My mom shrieked in pain and almost fell to the ground. The product interacted in a weird way with her condition, and her hand quickly became swollen and red. I was drinking a water bottle and quickly poured it on her hand. The result was really, really ugly. Her hand was bleeding like hell, and she was crying in pain. The seller excused herself, and I had to contain my anger. My mom's hand became okay again only after 3 days of special ointments and creams. I think this Dead Sea MLM flopped hard in Brazil because I, gladly, don't see any more of these kiosks or vendors around. But I've heard they operate in the US too and tend to be really pushy. Stay, physically, away from MLMs, dudes. It can fuck you in more ways than one. This is what I mean when I say that Huns are not professionals, because obviously I'm sure that this vendor was trained on how to, approach customers and sell stuff and whatever, and probably the product would work fine on somebody that didn't have a serious skin condition, but this person has a serious skin condition, and when you're putting something that is salt-based on somebody who clearly has cuts and cracks on their hand from bleeding, it's probably not going to work out very well. Now, I figured I should probably end this video on a high note because I'm kind of sick. So here is a nice heartwarming story. I'm in a lot of anti-MLM groups, and a lot of them are rightfully bashing MLMs. But we had someone legitimately asking for help on how to get out of Sensi because she'd lost so much money she couldn't cover formula, and the Facebook group has raised over $600 for this mom to get out. She was asking how she could start making quality wax melts on her own because none of her uplines would help her sell, and they just kept making her spend more money. We've now raised enough to get her caught up on her electric bill, formula, groceries, and baby supplies. She wasn't asking for any of this. She was just coming for help because she'd realized she'd been preyed on by this company and her entire upline. She realized no one cared if she sold, only if she bought. And the only way to buy formula for her baby was to, quote, buy more to sell. She wants to sell her own wax melts. We've raised money for supplies. Someone's going to help her start her own small business, and her baby has formula. This story is all too common. The predatory upline only cares if you buy, not if you sell. Help them leave. People are setting up interviews for at-home jobs for her, and my heart is going to explode. This is what it's all about, actually. Oh man, stuff like this, it kind of reminds me of the reason why the anti-MLM community is even a thing in the first place. I know a lot of Huns like to point at us and just say that we're a bunch of haters, but I think that they kind of ignore the fact that we also really try our best to help people that have gotten out of these situations, and if not offer, financial support, at the very least help with emotional support, because a lot of these people have really been through the ringer and could use a listening ear or just a nice message or comment. And I think that they kind of underestimate that sort of important factor in the community because they don't really want to think of us as having a positive aspect to us as well, because all they see is that we hate Monstadt or Herbalife or any other company that gets mentioned in the subreddit. Oh, they're haters. Oh, they hate us. Oh, don't watch their videos or go on the subreddit or any of that because they just hate. They're just haters or stuff like that. When, yeah, I mean, sure, if you want to call me a hater, then whatever, I'm a hater, that's fine. But at the same time, there is also this positive side of the community that they like to conveniently ignore, and that is the fact that we really do help and support people that have gotten out of MLMs and have had a terrible experience. Whereas in their corner of the world, a lot of times their uplines will tell them that that person is just a failure and that they weren't working their business right and it's all their fault, and all this victim blaming rhetoric that they like to use. So yeah, there's my mini rant. I'm sick, so I'm gonna make myself some tea, and I'm probably gonna watch some Studio Ghibli movies or maybe some Twin Peaks episodes, depending on how I feel. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a very lovely day. I hope none of you guys are sick like me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye.